Now let's get this straight. Okay, welcome to the show. John Kerry got this Botox treatment. I'll be honest, I like the old way with just the embalming fluid. Now look, you're right, it's funny twice. I'll tell you what he did, his look changed. He used to look like the old $20 bill, now he looks like the new 20, right? Oh, Howard Dean fired his campaign manager, Joe Trippy. Hello, Trippy. What do you think he did? He probably called him and he's like, Joe, you're not going to South Carolina, you're not going to Missouri, you're not going to Michigan. Come on, folks, that was a good one. It wasn't a good impression, but it was a good joke. Look, he replaced him with Al Gore's old campaign manager, who did a great job with Al Gore. He took a guy's popular... But I watched those Democrats took a nice beating yesterday when they held that inquiry with David Kay, the weapons inspector. They were supposed to blow the whole thing wide open. They had it set up in court, and he's like on, sitting there before the, the whole panel, and he flipped on them like Frankie Fight Angels from The Godfather. He's like, they want me to say the Iraqi scientist said this, Iraqi scientist said that. There's no gathering chat, sure. And Ted Kennedy was like that guy too, and they go, I have many Italians, they're the most hardworking people, from Columbus to Marconi. I'm proud to call them my constituents. Now everybody wants to blame the intelligence community for not knowing that we were getting disinformation from the Iraqi scientists. You're supposed to see through a bunch of guys that can lie to Saddam's face while they rob his money. Those guys had balls, you know what I mean? They stood right there in his palace with people in rape rooms off to the side, and they're like, yeah, I need 10 million. He's like, okay, give it to them, give it to them. We don't need the CIA. The wives of those guys, those are the ones, because they were bragging when they're driving down Saddam Boulevard with all the Saddam billboards, and the wife's like swooning, oh, Saddam is so great. He's like, oh, yeah, he's so great. So I nailed him for 10 million this morning, that dumb bastard. That's the one that they should have posters of over here, your husband, honey, huh? And the wife's like, you hear that, kid? Your father's the real thief of Baghdad. Oh, shut up, Listen, the Supreme Court has agreed to consider outlawing the death penalty for juvenile, the rapper. No, for juvenile murderers. Right now, a 16-year-old who commits a capital crime could be executed. Patrice, what do you think?
They shouldn't.
Why not?
That? I'm not sure. Well,
but it was a good point.
Look, here's all right. About it 6 months. Like Malvo, he shot those 10 people. He got caught. I'm sure he's sorry he did it. He don't need to be killed. I'm sure he'll never do it again now. You don't need to murder the kid.
I'm sure he won't do it again.
He shot people in the face.
It was a mistake.
What about the terrible twos? We should kill them.
Well, let me say something. Robert Kelly, as we all know, was a juvenile felon, delinquent.
Show him your head, Bobby. Show him the cuts on your head.
Show them what happened. He's got the head. He was in jail for most of his childhood because he's like a high psycho.
Who does your hair?
Listen, psycho.
Give him a big head
Wait, don't give him a big head.
For the cancer side of it.
First of all, Colin, I
Robert, tell us the true story.
bubblegum machine, okay? The only difference between me and you...
I'm talking about...
The only difference between me and you, I didn't rape anybody, you ass. Mom, do not, he's joking.
Either way,
my Catholic mother's in
Either way, Robin went to jail, juvie, for 2 years for a bubblegum machine. Whatever, Robin. Now listen.
He raped a bubblegum machine.
Listen to me. Exactly. They took his quarter. What do you think? Was there a lot of kids age? No, I wish I could get my question out.
Just say it.
Hey, what do you got to say?
Wasn't there a lot of kids there that should have been killed?
It's juvenile hall.
No.
If you don't want your kid to be a killer, don't give him 3 names. Anybody with 3 names, John, that's the key. Don't give your kid 3 names.
I think that they should kill this kid. If you kill somebody, you should be killed. But the only reason why I wouldn't like to see him killed, I would really get satisfaction knowing he's getting jizz bullets shot in his face for the next 20 years. That would make me happy.
What about the little girl, the Central Park girl who just got out of jail? She killed a perverted middle-aged Irishman. I think that's wrong. In Central Park. So what did they do to her? Yeah, I don't know. She killed him. I don't know what he's doing to her.
Gun machine.
They were drunk in the park.
You should not kill. Look, man, you should not kill. It happens to be, anyway, it's redundant. I don't know any little white boys on death row. So it's redundant to say.
Maybe because they don't commit heinous acts.
Just a Colin. Stop.
Why can't I say that.
Stop.
There's plenty of white kids on death row.
Yeah, name one besides the little fat boy that's skinny now that they just let out of Florida, and that put his kid sister in a full Nelson, broke a neck, and he's sorry.
What about those Columbine kids?
They're dead. We'll never know.
They put themselves on.
Yeah, they killed themselves. That's what white kids do. They punish themselves. They're so wonderful. Shut up.
All right, let's
Maybe rather than age, there should be a height requirement, like rides.
All right, let's talk about this.
On that note, let's move on.
I'm really getting fed up with these two heads over here.
Doesn't he look like my dad?
No, he looks a little younger than you. Take better care of yourself. That's from a successful career, you hack. Look at what you did.
David Kay, the outgoing chief U.S. weapons inspector, says his inability to find the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq raises serious questions about intelligence gathering. Howie, what do you think?
Well, I think that there are serious questions about intelligence gathering, but I believe they gathered the right intelligence. He says that, like you just said earlier, the scientists screwed with, right? So that they were taking the money and they were buying crap, right?
Yeah.
So instead of uncovering weapons of mass destruction, they uncovered like a Ford Focus and lawn furniture. That's what they were spending the money on. But we thought there was going to to be weapons of mass destruction.
We're supposed to know everything in the damn world.
So we were right.
Didn't they say, like, they found those Winnebagos and they said there was labs in the back? And they were like, you
They
know,
were making helium for balloons.
They found weapons of mass destruction. They found Arabs. They're all over there.
Now you see the old that one.
That was a good one, Bobby. That was good. Thank you.
Bobby, those sons of bitches.
He grew up in one of those Winnebagos. Bob grew up in one of those crank labs.
that's right. Surrounded by gum.
When are your friends, and I mean old white men, going to just decide that we can deal with the truth? When are we going to be able to deal with the truth? We all know it was a. We all know. Just say
What
that.
is the truth?
The truth is. Something wrong. It's something wrong with my palate. Don't get it.
What do you think about BT?
Wait a minute, because they already knew there was no weapons of mass anything over there.
No, he just said that there was.
There wasn't.
And then he said,
He said that there were terrorists, apparently. Not Iraqi terrorists coming through back and forth, apparently.
He just admitted he's like,
just because the stupid news.
They found Saddam, and that's why now it's weapons of mass
The
destruction.
only way that people would be happy is if they actually were just about to push the button on the weapons of mass destruction and kill us. And, okay, now you guys can go over there and kill people. We went over there. Whoops, we messed up. What are you going to do? Move on. The Super Bowl
Move
Sunday.
on. He agrees, but he's just saying he wants white people to. You just want white people to make some big apology every day. It's not going to happen.
No, white people just need to admit that. Look, white people need to admit that they were sneaky over the years, and just
we've been sneaky over the years.
We're sneaky.
Get over it.
Dane, you're not white because too many young white girls like you. Young white girls hate the white men that I'm talking about.
We'll be right back. Experts believe that everybody's a little bit gay, and a number of websites offer tests now to help you figure out where you fall on the scale. Before the show, all of us took this test. Now look at this chart, okay? Now I got the sideways picture. That always looks gay. It doesn't matter who it is when you look sideways. Are you talking to me? I'm like a gay De Niro on that one. Robert, what do you think? Not of my awful bomb just now, but what do you think about this test?
I think it's horse crap. First of all, I'm 53%.
Bombs are sissy, bombs are sissy. You're the biggest in here.
Listen to me. First of all, they trick you. All right? They trick you. The question
How'd they
was,
trick you? They
I'm
didn't
gonna
trick
say it.
They didn't
You
trick
shut
Dane.
your damn mouth.
Don't get tough now.
The one word you can't say, and you have to say, you rebel black man. First of all, they ask you a question, okay? They say, do you think your friend is either, yes, very sexy, or no, definitely not good looking at all? I think Dane he's a good looking guy. I don't think, yes, he's very sexy.
Did they trick you when you were 14 and you and Judy? Hey, Bob, just touch it. It doesn't mean anything.
I'm telling you right now, the gayest person in this room is you. You got that fuzzy beard, your little kooky hairdo, the tight little sweater like you should have a pipe, and when you go home, your little sissy boyfriend that's actually just your sugar daddy boy is waiting for you to go over your script. Ooh. And this, look at that. Look at how gay is that?
What's up? What's up, baby?
So you're compensating for the game.
Look
Look at the way you keep putting the corner of the pool table in your ass. Like this, like this.
You're the gayest man here.
Don't get mad at him. Just sit there. Just sit there and take it, Jim.
You know it.
Take you in your little
But
tight
look at this
jeans.
picture of Patrice. He looks like he's taking a on his chest right there.
You really do answer because I was in the room.
First of all,
he shaves his ass. That wasn't even one of the questions.
you should have told us.
You put that online.
You
told us
shaved
you
your,
shaved
and not your
ass.
ass cheeks, Bobby.
Why would you come in here and tell us you shaved your ass?
Crack in your booty.
Howie, why the hell are you on my ass?
Howie.
I see my head. I know when to stop. You know.
Let's move on to the Japanese guy that was in a gay video, and now it just came out, and he's saying,
Cleveland Indian pitcher.
yeah, and he said he's not gay.
No, he said he just
But
an
he's in a gay
accident.
video.
Yeah,
a mistake.
One time.
Well, at least we know he's the pitcher, not the catcher.
Good one.
He said he was raising money.
He said he's raising money.
He said he's raising money. But did you ever hear of like a lemonade stand, maybe a bake sale or something like that? Do you have to go in a room with 4 of your buddies and, ha-ha?
Was that a Japanese?
That was a pantomime. Oh, Japanese gay porn.
That was a.
Can we talk about something right now?
Dat Kelly.
No. About College Hill, a new reality TV series about 8 black college students premiered last night on BET.
Yeah, and you know what we call the show?
What?
Thank God I'm white.
First of all, Patrice, who's going to be the obnoxious black person that cries racism on this show?
I want to talk about Bobby being the gayest.
We moved on. We're on the black
We
people
haven't
now.
moved on from your gayness. You're not gonna move it on to blackness. I already know the deal about this goofy show. We want to know about your gay problem there. 50%.
Well, wait a minute.
I think you are being abusive.
Shut up. You
and
got a
you're
blouse
being-
on right now.
I think you should get it together, because if you want to be my friend, this isn't the way to go about it.
That's tough talk.
Don't try to throw us off the set and really be gay. We already know you are.
Hey, listen, look at back to the topic.
Turn the stool upside down and make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, Howie! That's right, baby!
If you did that in Bobby Will voice, it would have been funnier. Listen. What I'm saying about this show.
Bob, wait before we talk about this show.
Oh,
Was
God.
there ever, please help me. When you were 19,
What?
sitting at the bar drinking, did you ever think you'd let somebody sit there and tell you that, and you'd sit there and smirk? You half
You
a
trying to
man.
get me to sucker punch Howie Mandel? I get on this show once a year. I'm not going to ruin my career.
And when you were coming up, and somebody said that to you, you didn't know, and you sit there cackling like a little bitch.
Ooh, you want to take that 53? You want to take that?
I'll fight that 46.
That's how you want it.
I love. Folks, you know, some are born gay, some achieve gayness, and others have gayness thrust upon them. A new online test says we're all a little gay, so what's the gayest thing you've ever done? Howie.
This is embarrassing. It only happened once. One time I went to a television studio, a taping with 3 other guys and me, and we did an online gay test. And one of the guys turned out to be 53%. It was so awkward. I'll never do that again.
All right, Dane. Please, applause with the Dane.
I was living with a guy, gay guy, and one night I'm asleep, and he was drunk, and when he came in, he started, trying to give me oral. And I was asleep, so when I woke up, at first I was, kind of out of it, and I freaked. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm sorry, dude, I'm drunk. And I looked at him, and I go, dude, you finish up and you get the out of here.
All right. Robert, good.
The gayest thing I ever did was a few years ago. I was playing double-A ball for the Cleveland Indians. I'm kidding. No, really. One time, I was younger, me and a couple of my friends were hanging out in my buddy's garage, looking at some porno mags. One thing led to another, and I was in the middle of fantastic circle jerk. All right, now I felt really bad after it. I was questioning my sexuality, but my therapist told me that, it's very natural for a 20-year-old guy to experiment.
Oh, did any pot licking go on to that one? Patrice.
I was wondering first, can you do something gay by mistake? That's the first question. I've done a few sissy things that I didn't realize until right after I did it. I sat down and peed once. I tucked my winter sweaters into my pants one time. I did little sissy low giggles like. If I can't find stuff in the cabinet too long, if it takes too long, I get gayer as I can't find it. I'm like, where's the soap? I know that. But the gayest thing I ever did was I was watching a male comic do a half hour on Comedy Central dressed in form-fitting jeans and a tight little wife beater with a drum set in the background.
He's the gayest. He's the gayest.
And I did.
The show.
And I did.
Good night.
Tonight, the show was very gay, wasn't it?
Yes, it got a little raucous, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. Is it true that most well-adjusted men are a little gay? Do you find that to be true?
Well, I can only speak for myself. I know I've had a couple of youthful indiscretions, we like to call them in politics.
Would you care to go into some of them?
Well, if you have a lot of time, you can always just ask for tapes of the Howard Stern.